So today we're going to look at how to write down algebraic expressions using consecutive numbers. So consecutive numbers are numbers that are in order. So consecutive numbers. So for example, 4, 5, 6, they're consecutive numbers. If I said consecutive even numbers, we would say 4, 6, 8, 10. And if it's odd numbers, they would be, say, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay? But those are all consecutive numbers. So if I want to represent consecutive numbers algebraically, this is what I would do. The first number, so algebraic consecutive numbers. So if the first number is x, so we'll go back to this one here. So this is what it would look like algebraically. The first number is x. The second number would be x plus 1, because 4 in this case, 4 plus 1 is 5. And then this one would be x plus 2, because 4 plus 2 is 6. That's how you would represent this algebraically. Even numbers, algebraically, would start with x as the first term, and then it increases by 2. So your second term is x plus 2, and then your next term would be x plus 4. And then for odd numbers, this could get tricky. First term is always x, and your second term increases by 2. X plus 2, x plus 4. Okay. So if there is a question such as two consecutive numbers have a sum of 35, write an algebraic expression okay, so blank equals 35. So to do this, we need two consecutive numbers. We don't know the numbers, so the first number we have said is always going to be what when we do algebra? It'll be x. And because they are consecutive numbers, it doesn't say consecutive odd or consecutive even, so they're consecutive numbers, what will be the next term?
X plus 1.
It's x plus 1. So x and x plus 1 equals 35. Okay, so now consecutive numbers, the sum, when you're getting the sum of numbers, what operation are you doing in the sum? Addition. So sum is addition. So that means we need to add these two. Okay? So now we have x plus 1. Let's simplify this on the left because it is a little tricky. I want to group the x's together. So x plus x can also be written as 2x because there's two x's. 2x plus 1 equals 35. So now we're able to do some simple algebra. And I know that sounds crazy for some people. What do you mean, simple algebra? It's really simple. So 2x plus 1 equals 35. You need to get rid of the 1. So because the 1 is being added on this side, to get rid of it, you need to subtract it. So it's going to be 2x equals 35 minus 1. Because when this guy comes to this side, it is negative. Because it's positive on this side. There's two different ways to do it. So I'm kind of mixing both ways right now. And I'm thinking out loud. 2x equals 34. Now to get rid of 2x, because it's being multiplied, you do the opposite, which is division. So x equals, so since it's being divided by 2 to get rid of it here, you divide it by 2 here, equals 34 divided by 2, x equals 17. So now we go back to our original expression here. X plus 1 equals 35. We've figured out that x is 17. So let's write down, let x be 17. So now you put 17 where the x's are. And let's see if we're right. So 17 plus 17 plus 1. Now this x plus 1 was together. So I'm just going to put it in brackets. Just makes it easier for me. 17 plus 18 equals 35. 17 and 18 are consecutive numbers. This is good news because 17 plus 18 is 35. 35 equals 35. Left side equals right side, and we are correct. Okay. Bilal's sister is 3 years younger than Bilal. Bilal's mother is 3 times Bilal's age. Bilal's father is 4 years older than Bilal's mother. The sum of all 4 ages is 89. How old was Bilal's mother when Bilal was born? So this is a very heavy question. There's a lot going on here. First of all, we need to figure out who needs to be x. And in this case, Bilal is x. We do not know his age. Okay, so let's write this down. Bilal is x. Let him be that variable. So now we have some important information. So let's look at sister. Bilal's sister is 3 years younger than Bilal. How can we represent his sister algebraically? X minus 3. Because we don't know how old Bilal is. We don't want to do guess and check because it's going to take too long. Bilal's mother, so now let's go to mother, is 3 times Bilal's age. How can we represent her age? Ibrahim?
3x.
Yeah, it's 3x. 3 times x. And now we have father. Bilal's father is 4 years older than Bilal's mother. Well, we know Bilal's mom is 3x. Okay? How can we represent Bilal's father?
3x plus 4.
It's 3x plus 4. Okay? And it says here, here's another important piece of information. The sum of all their ages is 89. And remember, last time we said sum is addition. So now we have all sorts of algebra here. We have x's, we have minuses, pluses, and multiplying. This is fantastic. So our next step, because we know we have to add Bilal plus sister plus mother plus father, and that's going to equal 89. Okay? So now that we've written that out, we will replace their names with their algebraic code, we'll say, their secret code. So Bilal is x. Sister is x minus 3. Mother is 3x. Father is 3x plus 4 equals 89. This. And we need to isolate some of these numbers. So we have a bunch of x's, but we also have numbers that do not have a variable in front of it. So our goal is to group the variables together, all the x's, and then all the numbers need to be together. So in this situation here, we have this number here, which is minus 3. So we're starting off with minus 3, and we're adding 4. So minus 3 plus 4 gives us 1. Okay. Okay, so we can just put a +1 at the end equals 89. And now we have x's. We need to count how many x's do we have. In this case, they're all being added, so it makes life a little bit easier. X, x, 3x, 3x, which gives us a total of 8 x's, because this is 1 and this is 1. 1, 2, 5, 8. So now we have 8x plus 1 equals 89, which now becomes very familiar to us because it is simple algebra. To get rid of +1, we subtract 1. So 8x equals 89 minus 1. 8x equals 88. To get rid of multiplying by 8, you divide it by 8. So then x equals 88 divided by 8. X equals 11. Now we take the number, we plug it back into the equation. So here is our monstrous algebraic expression. I'm going to bracket each age just to make it a little bit easier. Then I can figure out how old everybody is. But the question is asking me, how old was Bilal's mother when Bilal was born? So the important age I need to figure out right now is Bilal's mom. So let's look at mother. This is mother. So let's focus on her. Bilal is, so this is Bilal. These are the two important people. Bilal is 11. So the mom is 3x, which equals 3 bracket 11. She right now is 33 years old. So to figure out how old she was when she had Bilal, simple little mathematical procedure, Ali. Subtraction. So you take Bilal's mom, which is 33, subtract it by 11, equals 22. And then you would write at the end, you need to write this little statement, Bilal's mother was 22 years old when Bilal was born.